The Golden State Warriors are the 2022 NBA champions. Beating the Boston Celtics 4 games to 2, they conquered their 4th title in 8 years. For the first time in his career, Steph Curry is the finals MVP.
Forget that. We champs. Why are you starting with that question? We got 4 championships. You know, like, God is great. The ability to be on the stage and play with amazing teammates against a great Boston Celtics team that, you know, gave us everything to try to get to the finish line. This one hits different for sure. Just knowing what the last 3 years have meant, what it's been like from injuries to, you know, changing of the guard and the rosters, Wiggs coming through, our young guys, carrying the belief that we could get back to the stage and win, even if it didn't make sense to anybody when we said it. All that stuff matters, and now we got 4 championships. You know, me, Dre, KLAY, and Andre. Finally got that bad boy. It's special, man, special. Just all the work that went into it, all the faith and belief, and everybody in that locker room that's, you know, getting to spray champagne around the locker room. Everybody mattered in that process, so I'm just proud of everybody. You get goosebumps just thinking about, you know, all those snapshots and episodes that we went through to get back here, individually, collectively, and that's why I say I think this championship hits different. That's why I had so many emotions and still will, just because of what it took to get back here. And the fact that when we started this season, you know, a lot of conversations about who we were as a team and what we were capable of, and clearly remember some experts and talking heads putting up the big zero of how many championships we would have going forward because of everything that we went through. So we hear all of that and you carry it all and try to maintain your purpose, not let it distract you, but you carry that weight. And to get here, it all comes out. So it's special.
Just a calf raise after underwater treadmill, so many days, not even touching a ball. Then to go through this season with the ups and downs and even these playoffs, I mean, I'm just at a loss for words at times because I just knew this was possible, but to be here in real time, man, I don't want to leave. I just want to enjoy every second of this. I know how fleeting it can be. A lot of chatter, a lot of doubters. But you know what? You just put that in your fuel tank and you just keep going. And it does definitely hit different. Like, the guys we integrated here, we could not be here without them. Whether it was Wiggs, who's around the corner, I don't know, he's chilling somewhere. There he is. That man made my life so easy. I used to have to do his job, and I'm looking at him like, that is exhausting, bro. You got to get buckets and guard the best player? That's crazy. Jordan Poole, his development, the guys we picked up at free agency like Otto and Belly. How about Kevon Looney? The man had a 22 rebound game. Just all around, all down the board. Like, and this was beyond the guys who got big minutes in the playoffs. Guys like Juan Toscano and Damian Lee, who were ready when they were called upon and won us big games in the regular season. So this was a collective effort, and strength in numbers is alive and well. I can't wait. There was this one player on the Grizzlies who tweeted strength in numbers after they beat us in the regular season, and it pissed me off so much. I can't wait to retweet that thing. Freaking bum. I had to watch that. I'm just like, this freaking clown. Okay.
We beat them because of our defense, and that's always been a constant for us. You don't win a championship without a great defense, and we know that. We understand that. We pride ourselves on the defense and ultimately understanding that our defense will allow our offense to flourish. Game 3, it just caught me off guard. You know, like you've heard crowds boo, and I had never heard an entire crowd yelling "F you, Draymond." Like that was a different thing. And then so you couple that with having a so-so game, and it's like, oh man. And then I thought, when I speak of the new media, then and going into game 4, it was made out like, oh, he's having this terrible series. But if you know basketball and you watch game 1, I did not have a bad game 1, and I had an incredible game 2. And game 3 was kind of like terrible, awful. And game 4 was like not my best effort, but not totally terrible, you know. And game 5, I was pretty solid. Came out with great energy. Game 6, I dominated. But if you read these narratives, I think Stephen A said, like, he's having the most horrific finals of an NBA starter in the history. Like, dude, you ain't gotta be that, you ain't gotta exaggerate that much. That's ridiculous. You know, but you'll hear more about that on the podcast tonight. But you know, for me, it was just about staying the course. And I knew that I hadn't had a great game yet. I had good games, I was clamping and doing things, but I hadn't quite put it all together yet. And for me, I said, what better time than to put it together tonight? I don't think I heard F.U. Draymond all night. They couldn't. So, you know, it's easy to chant F.U. when somebody having a bad game, but can you do that when they having a great game? I didn't hear much of it tonight. Maybe I was just that locked in, but.
From TD Garden in Boston for Sport, Valeria Rubino. Ciao a tutti.